तेजस्विनावदितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहे। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So we have in the last few sessions we understand about the importance of the Haripatha and how Dnyaneshwar Mauli has emphasized on the Namasmarana. And today we will understand the glory of Haripatha and
your voice is breaking.
And it says that voice is breaking still now.
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. I will change my position.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it fine now?
Yes, that will be fine. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. So Haripatha Kirti Mukhe Zari Gaya Pavitra to Hoya Deha Tyatsa Tapache Samarthya. Am I audible?
Yes, it's kind of network issue, so a little bit breaking.
Tapache Samarthya Tapinnala Amupa Chiranjiva Kalpa Vaikunthi Nade Matru Pitru Bhrata Sagotra Apara Chaturbhujanara Honi Thele. What is the meaning of this 17th abhanga in our Ved Haripath, which is very much about the glory of the Haripath, what happens to the person. If I am audible, please tell me, and if I am not, I will change my position.
Yeah, sure. Now it's better, I guess.
Now it's better, huh? Yeah. So, Haripatha Kirti Mukhe Zari Gaya Pavitra to Hoya Deha Tyatsa. It's all that piousness and divinity that the person achieves with the Haripatha Kirti. But what is that Haripatha Kirti that we will understand? It is the knowledge of the self. When there is a knowledge of the self and we are very much aware about our Chetana, our Tattva, or the Atma Tattva, which runs all the show of this world, that knowledge, that awareness, that led us to be the Ishvara Avastha. So that self-actualization is the important, which is being in the first shloka of the Haripatha. Haripatha Kirti Mukhe Zari Gaya Pavitra Chi Hoya Deha Tyatsa. So all that piousness, that divinity, that purity, it comes with the awareness and the self-actualization when we are one with the eternal self. And how is it possible? We can understand there are the four vacha, para, pashyanti, madhyama, and vaikhari. That's why we say that Brahma has a chaturmukha Brahma. So these are the four, language or four kinds of vacha are there. And that vacha, when our contemplation, spiritual contemplation is in all these chaturmukha, we become the Brahma. We become as the Brahma is. That means my para, my pashyanti, my madhyama, and my vaikhari, all are very much immersed into the Harinama, Haripatha. And I am realized that I am the Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. That is the Mahavakya, crux of the Yajurveda. So this kind of realization that I am the Brahma which will lead us to the purity and divinity. For that, all my antakarana chatushtaya, mana, buddhi, chitta and ahankar, they are known as the antakarana chatushtaya, all must be immersed into the spiritual contemplation and the Ishvara. They all are unconditionally surrendered at the feet, holy feet of the Lord. So that is without any expectation or selflessness in the conduct. That is known as the Nishkama Bhava. So when it is possible, then the purity of my mind, purity of my intellect, purity of my chitta, and purity of my aham bhava is just possible. It is very much in the Upadesha Sar of the Ramana Maharshi. It is said that Ishvara Arpitam na ichchaya krutam chitta shodhakam mukti sadhanam. So how we are liberated from the bondings of this world and the triguna, it is when our chitta is purified. And chitta is purified when there is no desire. The state of mind is of the desireless. And there is a complete surrender with the unconditional love and selflessness. So it is possible. For that, the antakarana chatushtaya means mana. What is the mana? It is defined. What is a buddhi? It is defined. What is a chitta? It is defined. And what is ahankar? It is defined. Mana is a sankalpa, vikalpa, atmakam manaha. When there is a flow of the thoughts, when it is according to the thought, our mind changes. Sankalpa, vikalpa is there. So man is fully influenced by the triguna, raja, tama, and sattva. And that thought of the rajasic, tamasic, and sattvika, that decide the state of the mind. So that's why it is defined as a sankalpa vikalpatmakam mana. So this is the definition of mana. We have to unmana. We have to go across the state of mind. That is mana. It is unmana. Then nishayatmika buddhi. What is nishayatmika buddhi? When there is intellect which can differentiate between what is righteous and what is not righteous, what is mortal and what is immortal. So that kind of intellect which can make a difference, that is the buddhi. And nishayatmika buddhi will help us to achieve the immortal peace, the immortal happiness, and what is divine. In the same way, the chitta, chintana kartu chittam, where there is a chintana, that is chitta. So the swabhava of a chitta is a chintan. If my chintan is of this materialistic world, of the terrestrial aspect of the life, then it could not be the kirti of the Harinama. And divinity no one can attain. But when the chintana is of the eternal self and the Paramatatva, then it is very much possible for us to come out of the influence and shackle of the Triguna and in the state of the Nirguna, that is the Turyavastha. So the last one, which is the Ahankara. What is Ahankara? Ahankara means Aham Karta Ahankara. When there is the ignorance and illusion that I am doing it, I am doing it. I am taking the credits, all type of credit of success and failures on oneself. That is the Ahankara. And Ahankara, which holds your all desires, which are the all desires, they take you into the cycle of life and death again and again. So these are the Antakarana Chatushtaya, mainly Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankara. That Ahankara is also the ignorance. When we had in the previous session, we had realized that there are the four avasthas like Jagruti, Swapna, Sushupti, and Turya. And in this all three avasthas, who is Jagrut and who is dreaming and who is in the Sushupti, who is in a deep sleep, that who answer is the eternal self. And the being one with that eternal self is the Turya. And that is possible when we have the Namasmaran or Haripatha, Harinam in our Chitta. There is the Atma Labha, when we have the realization of the eternal self or self-awareness, we are into that state, that is the real Atma Labha. It is very much said in our Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita that bhog to chut jate hai nirahari manushya ke, ras kintu nahi jata, jata hai Atma Labha se. When I am being with myself, that is the Atma Labha, and then I have no more desires for this terrestrial materialistic world and anything related to the five senses and five karmendriya and their subtle tattva, subtle senses, like that tanmatra, shabda, sparsha, rupa, gandha. So this is quite possible with the namasmarana, chintana. And that is the tapa, which me and Dnyaneshwar want to say, that with this tapa, your antakarana become pure, your mana, mind become pure, your intellect become pure, and your ahankar remains no more because there is only light, no darkness. So tapache samarthe tapinala amupa chiranjiva kalpa vaikunthi nande. Then we experience the liberation, that is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is nothing but it is a state of mind where we are liberated from the influence of the desires, influence of the darkness, ignorance, influence of our ahankara. I am doing it, all taking the credit. So that Vaikuntha, in our childhood, when we were a very young child, say at the age of 1 or at the age of 2, 3, had you ever seen any child who is very much immersed into the ahankara? Because there is no darkness, there is no illusion or inertia. So that kind of innocence, impeccability, one can experience when he is very much into the tapa of the self, jnana tapa, self-awareness. So that is the journey to our origin, going back to the origin, to the source. And that is expected with the Harinama, Sravana, Manana, Chintana, and Nijadhyasa. These are the 4 important stages for the Harinama, so that one can be as pure as he was in his childhood. And that kind of influence of the Triguna and ignorance is no more over there. So, yasya jnanamayam tapaha, that is our Shruti. So, jnana is known as a tapaha, jnana yajna. It is said that jnana yajna. So, jnana yajna is possible only in the vicinity of the Sadguru. When there is a Guru, he will enlighten you, he will guide you. And with the Guru, it is possible the Sravana. The first step is the Sravana, listening, the spiritual discourse from the mouth of the Guru. And he is the authority who gives us the enlightenment, and he led us from the known to unknown, darkness to the enlightenment, and from mortal to immortal. So that is the samarthya, that is the strength, and that is the power of the Guru. So we can compare this like when there is a, say, a iron rod is there, and something like dust or some corrosion is over there. But when we hit it for a higher degree of temperature, then all that impurity goes off and it becomes pure. So just like that, with the Jnanamaya Tapaha, all our ignorance, all our inertia that goes off, and we come out of the shackles of the Triguna. So the self-realization is possible with the important step of the Manana, Sravana, Manana, Chintana and Nijadhyas. For that, the purification of the Chitta is very necessary. Because Chintan is a part of the Chitta. We have realized the definition of the Chitta. And in the last shloka, third shloka, Mauli says, the Matru Pitru Bhrata Sagotra Par Chaturbhuja Nara Ho Nathel. Chaturbhuja means being like a Vishnu, being like a Narka Narayana, being like a Narayana. So with being one with the Paramatatva is a Chaturbhuja. It is just possible when we understand the Antakarana Chatushtaya and we have the Namasmaran as a very much part of this Antakarana Chatushtaya. We are into the 4 stages of the Sravana, Manan, Chintan and Nijadhyasa. And then only it is possible for us to come out of Raja, Tama, Sattva, and then we are in the 4th stage of the Nirguna, not in the Triguna. So Matru Pitru Bhrata Sagotra Par Chaturbhujanara Hona Thele. So when we are in the state of self-realization and oneness with the Paramatatva, then there is no kind of shackles or the identity as I am belong to this Gotra, I am belong to this Kula or my surname or my family name and my background of my ancestors. We very much go across all these identities of this terrestrial aspect of the life, that is the ascribed identity. Like ascribed identity are those which are by virtue of our birth. Suppose I am born in a family, the surname of that family, the history of that family, ancestors of that family, and all their gunas or their identity. So I come across of that and I realize with myself and my real self, eternal self, and the Paramatatva. So in this way, we can't say that the Kabir, his terrestrial aspects of life are no more important, or Mirabai's terrestrial aspect or ascribed identity is no more important than her identity to be one with Lord Krishna. That is the point. Dnyaneshwar Mauli want to say that Matru Pitru Go Bhrata Sagotra Par Chaturbhujanara Ho Nathele. So in this way, all these ignorance, all these kind of illusions and our fake identity that goes off, and we realize ourself, the real self. And in this way, the glory of that divinity that is possible with the Harinama and Haripath. So I will again repeat the 3 stanzas so that if you have any doubt, we can clear it. Haripatha Kirti Mukhe Zari Gaya Pavitra To Hoya Deha Jatsa Tapache Samarthe Tapinnala Mupa Chiranjiva Kalpa Vaikunthi Nade Matru Pitru Bhrata Sagotra Para Chaturbhujanara Honi Thele. So in this way, the 3 stanzas of this 17th abhanga is completed. The forum is open for any of you want to discuss or clear the doubt.
Thanks, Anantji, for the session. Yes, if you have any question, any doubt, or if you want to repeat anything, you can raise your hand or put it in a chat. Yes, Priyanka, you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, my question is that what is Chitta?
Yeah. The chitta is the antakarana chatushtaya. It is one of the part of our antakarana chatushtaya, which is performing the very important duty of the chintana. Where the chintana is there, that is chitta.
Yes, I know the function of chitta is a chintana, but what is chitta? Like causal body is a chitta? Is that causal body?
No. See, I have a mana, I have a buddhi, I have a mana, I have a buddhi, I have a chitta, and I have a ahankara, isn't it?
Yeah.
So these are the parts of the mind. Mano,
Yeah.
buddhya, ahankara, chittani naham, nacha srotra jivhe, nacha dhrana netre.
Dhrana netre.
Okay, that means it is not the causal body. It is the,
Okay.
it is the mind. It is all about the mind.
It is all about the different parts of minds.
Parts of the mind, and which has very much a capability of the smarana bhakti. Smarana. The power of the chitta is the smarana. The power, that capability of the chitta is the smarana.
Oh, maybe it is unconscious mind or subconscious mind, maybe.
Yeah. That is and intellect is our buddhi, and mana, we all know, whatever the thought comes and go, emotions comes and go, that is all about the mana.
Yeah. And how works the buddhi? How works the buddhi? I know the function of buddhi is decision making power, but how it works?
Buddhi works with your samskara, with your buddhi is like a sarthi, no?
Yeah.
So it is like a master. It is when it is very much trained, and it is with our samskara, the buddhi works.
Sanskara.
Yeah. And that's why Shravan is very much necessary. Without Shravana, it is not possible for the buddhi to differentiate what is mortal and what is immortal.
Mortal and immortal means, sir, like mortal.
Yeah, drushtam tad nashtam. Whatever you see, it is going to one day vanish or going to destroy. It has some life. But what is not seen, it has no life. It is immortal. It is always there.
Okay. What is mortal and immortal? Okay.
Thank you, Priyanka Ji, for the question. Yeah, any other question you have?
Sir, again, one more question. What is buddhi? I don't know what is buddhi like.
Okay. See, buddhi is when we have the capability to differentiate between what is righteous or what is unrighteous, which is not righteous to me. What is good for me and what is not good for me. It is the power, that is the buddhi. It is known as also intellect, and which determines, which makes a decision, which decides and which determines us. And then it gives the command to our indriya, now go ahead with my decision. It is the decision maker, no? The capability to make decisions.
So, is the buddhi we can increase the buddhi by our experiences?
Yeah, experience is one of the part for sharpening your intellect. But the more you are aware about yourself with the proper samskara and the abhyasa, yoga abhyasa or swa adhyaya, when you are witness, The main part is that buddhi helps you to witness of all the thoughts, emotions, desires, and all kind of triguna. So that capability, it is with the training of the mind. That's why we learn, we have a school of thought, and we listen, and we contemplate on that, and we have come to some conclusion, and then we decide and make our views. That is quite possible with the buddhi.
Mhm. Sanskara means uh, like or sanskara means like um our actions and our past actions, present actions, that one
Ma'am,
means
samskara, they are very much with our, right from our birth. Say, if the jiva is in a mother's womb, the samskara starts from that point of time, and they passes from generation to generation. It has the influence of the society, your family, your education, your college and schools, your
sanskara means our
neighborhood.
mentality.
Samskara, the mentality is shaped by the samskara. The
Okay.
culture, it is also influenced by the culture. But the samskara, they shapes your thought process, your intellect, your mind. Now, just now, you are listening to this, isn't it? And you are asking me the doubts. So,
Yeah.
listening, you could have listened to any other music also, say Western music or any Bollywood music, or you could have read any other novels and that. But you are very much interested in this Haripatha reading and understanding it. So the very process is the samskara. What I listen, all the samskara are with our five subtle senses: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. God has given us those five knowledge organs, say the Jnanendriya, like my Shravan means ear, I have eyes, I have nose, I have my tongue, isn't it? So
Yeah.
all these are influencing, and they are the receptors of the samskara, the values. It is these are the values, basically, the value of the life.
Mhm. Okay, but in our surrounding, we have lots of things, but we catch the specific one. Like we decided that what we have to gain and what we do not, what we remove, right? What we accept and what we adopt and what we remove from that whatever we are watching, we are listening, we filter it before we adopt it inside us, right? So who did that one? Who filtered?
See,
Is it buddhi
whatever is
filtered?
filtered, whatever is filtered, it is our antakarana chatushtaya, which filters it. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. These are all the instruments which filter what is good and what is not good. Our consciousness is there, and our conscience that helps us to decide what to take inside and what to excrete.
Hmm. So what is consciousness, sir? What is consciousness? What is chetana? Which because of chetana, everything is happening. So I just want to know what is chetana? What is atma?
So this consciousness, that is the God within you. That is defined in the Shiva Atharva Shirsham, Valagramatram Hridayastha Madhye. विश्वम देवम जात रूपम वरेण्यम तम आत्मस्थम एनु पश्यन्ति धीरास्तेषाम शांतिर्भवति नेतरेषाम. And also in the Shiva Stuti we say the Atmatvam Girijamati Sahachara Prana Shariram Gruham Pujate Vishayopabhoga Rachana Nidra Samadhi Sthiti Sancharaha Padayo Pradakshina Vidhi Stotrani Sarva Giro Yadyat Karma Karoti Tattadakilam Shambhu Tava Aradhanam. So that Atmatvam, it is you. It is also said in the crux of the Samaveda, Tat Tvam Asi. It is the Mahavakya of the Samaveda. It is in the Yajurveda said as Aham Brahmasmi. And it is in the Atharva Veda, it is said as the Ayam Atma Brahma. And it is in the Rig Veda said as the Prajnanam Brahma. That is the eternal self, which is your real Swarupa. It is as pure as the Supreme Soul or the Paramatatva.
Sir, one question is my Dalpat Chani, गुजरात भावनगर से. सर, हमारे दिमाग में जो थॉट आ रहा है उसकी जो मेमोरी बनती है, उसकी जो इमेज सब कॉन्शियस माइंड में बन रही है और एक्शन उसके हिसाब से लिया जा रहा है, उसका फिल्टर करने के लिए कोई तरीका है क्या?
कि आप एक बार रिपीट करेंगे, किसके लिए तरीका पूछ रहे हैं?
सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि हम बाहरी लाइफ जीते हैं तो हमारे दिमाग में थॉट इतने ज्यादा आ रहे हैं, और some thoughts like, some thoughts dislike, and every thoughts make a shadow of the thoughts in brain. So I want to filter that thoughts. This thought I would dislike. I not want to accept in my mind. What can I do?
Okay. सर, सबसे पहली बात तो इस थॉट को समझने की आप जो प्रक्रिया कर रहे हैं, ये उसकी पहली स्टेज है. क्योंकि हमारे कोई एजुकेशन सिस्टम में हाउ टू थिंक ये नाम की कोई पढ़ाई नहीं होती है, कोई नहीं सिखाता है. दूसरी बात है कि हमें विटनेस, साक्षी भाव से अपने थॉट को देखने की जो अभ्यास है वो हमें मिल जाता है जब हम ऐसे स्पिरिचुअल लिटरेचर से प्रेरित होते हैं और अपने ब्रीदिंग को अवेयरनेस से हम देखते हैं. व्हेन वी आर अवेयर अबाउट अवर ब्रीदिंग, सांस आ रही है, सांस जा रही है, ये काम जब हम अपने मन को देते हैं तो अपने आप आपको अपने थॉट्स को आप एक किनारे पे खड़े होके देखना शुरू कर देते हैं. वहीं से शुरुआत है इसकी. जब आप साक्षी भाव से जीना शुरू करें तो आपको अपने आप पता चलेगा कि मेरा मन क्या सोचता है, मेरे मन में क्या भाव आते हैं, कौन सी भावनाएं आती है. तो धीरे धीरे जब आप लिटरेचर में अभ्यास करेंगे, श्रवण करेंगे, चिंतन मनन करेंगे, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि आपका कौन सा भाव रजोगुण से प्रेरित है, कौन सा तमोगुण से प्रेरित है, कौन सा सत्वगुण से प्रेरित है और कौन सा भाव ये निर्गुण से है. तो इस तरह से हम जब स्वयं का अभ्यास करते हैं, ईश्वर ने ऐसी अवस्था हमें दी है, ऐसा अवसर हमें दिया है कि हमें अभ्यास करने के लिए मन दिया है, बुद्धि दी है, चित्त दिया है, अहंकार दिया है. मान लो ये ना दिए होते तो हम कैसे स्टडी कर लेते. त्रिगुण दिए हैं, ये दिए ही इसीलिए है कि हम इसका अभ्यास कर सके. हम इसका अभ्यास न करते हुए इसके साथ बहना शुरू कर देते हैं और फिर कहते हैं कि हम तो इस माया में लपेट गए हैं या बंधन में है. बेसिकली यह संसार हमें दिया ही है कि हम साक्षी भाव से इसको देखें.
थैंक यू सर.
वेलकम.
Thank you, Dalpat ji and Priyanka ji, for all the questions. We already, we have a group discussion next Sunday. So if you have any question, any doubt, we can discuss during that session, which is gonna be next Sunday. So, Anand, I guess we are good. Is it okay to conclude or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We can conclude with the prayer.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank
We'll
you.
meet
Thank you so much.
next Sunday. If you have any question, write it down,
Thank
put
you.
it in a chat group. We will discuss on the next Sunday. We'll send you a
Thank
link,
you.
send
Thank
you
you.
the video as well. So till that time, have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.